Welcome back to the show that lifts the lid off life inside Wales's third largest city. This is Inside Newport.
Coming up in episode 5, a business feature in the city of two halves, Portstock kicks off in the city, Gwent's largest carnival arrives, 10 years at Newport City Radio, and the Groundhoppers hop into the city.
First off, Carlton James looks at what's happening in the city with the latest news and trends.
We're here outside the 112 Coffeeshop, run by the Pobble Group. But this is a coffee shop with a difference. All of the profits go back to the homeless.
Recently opened Coffeeshop on Lower Dock Street is a coffee shop with a difference. Created by the housing association Pobble Group, the non-profit venue exists to help people who've experienced homelessness get back into work.
So Harry, tell us a little bit more about the coffee shop.
So this is a 112 Coffee. It's part of the Pobble Group. Pobble Group are a group of organisations who mainly it's related to housing and housing related support. We support an awful lot of people who are vulnerable, who have experienced homelessness in their lives, and our director Nick Taylor thought, what can we do to create an opportunity for people to gain employment and do something meaningful for the community of Newport?
The coffee shop will offer barista training in association with Cold Town Coffee, which was listed as one of the world's finest roasteries.
What we offer here is really, really high quality coffee. We're working with an organisation called Cold Town Coffee. They're based in Ammanford in West Wales. They roast the beans themselves and they procure them from ethical places in South America and various other places. And most importantly, we're providing volunteer and training opportunities for people who have been affected by homelessness. So we have a 12-week training programme for people to become essentially fully trained baristas.
Fantastic. And how do the profits go to the homeless? How does that work?
So there's not a sort of a direct we give X amount of pounds to the homeless. It's around we don't. It's a not-for-profit. So anything that we do make goes straight back into the business in the same way as a charity or in the same way as a housing association. So we don't sort of go out and give £50 to somebody. It's about the opportunities that people have got to create opportunities for themselves.
The decision was made by this fast food outlet in Newport to apply for a licence to sell alcohol with their fast food. We take to the streets of Newport and ask people what they think of the decision.
Yummies, situated in Upper Dock Street, have recently applied for a licence to sell alcohol in the late night city hotspot.
I don't think they should. There's enough pubs in Newport and clubs. No, I definitely don't think they should.
Which has already had objections from Newport City Council, Gwent Police and a Niering Bevan Health Board.
It should not be allowed.
And why is that so?
Because it's not getting the youngsters in there to get them to drink.
If they want to serve food, they want to serve food. But if they want to serve alcohol, then they'd have to buy a different licence and have different laws on it. And if they were serving alcohol, especially in this in Newport, where there's a lot of venues around, and if they were serving alcohol, they'd have to have essentially a bouncer on the door.
St David's Hospice run a host of fundraising events in the city, with the funds going towards helping the seriously ill. Their latest event, Portstock, billed as a family-friendly festival, debuts in Tredegar Park. Carlton James was at the event.
Portstock Festival, arranged by the St David's Hospice. A number of organisations have come together to provide an event for the community today.
The inaugural Portstock Festival is held in Tredegar Park, with all money going to the St David's Hospice Foundation. The show started at midday with a host of arts performing on stage up till 9 p.m.
Here at Portstock Festival, and you helped organise it, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. So I'm Gemma from St David's Hospice Care. I'm one of the event organisers, or festival managers, we're calling it for the day. So there's a team of us who created this event, from the St David's staff to lads from Park Pantry to the sound crew today, the medical support. It's been a big joint effort putting Portstock together.
The lineup consisted of various bands who donated their time to this great charity, from headliners Into the Ark to local favourites, the Apple Tree Theory.
I'm here with Sisterhood and we just watched them perform, so tell us a bit about you guys.
Well, we're all girls, apart from the guys, they're guys, but we still call them our sisters because it's called the Sisterhood.
Okay, so how long have you guys been together now?
We've been together about 3 years now.
3 years?
Yeah.
So, what did you think of Portstock so far?
Oh, it's brilliant, yeah, it's really cool, good vibes.
Very good. Yeah?
Scattered around the venue were a host of stalls selling food and merchandise, alongside a few fairground rides. Entry prices for family were £55, with under fives getting in for free.
Or known locally, aren't they, the acts that are playing today?
Yeah, apart from the Dole Foundation, yeah, we've kept it really local. We have a separate stage, which is the live music stage, hosted by Newport City Radio.
The festival saw numerous collaborations with local charities and organisations, from community groups to local radio stations.
Gemma, who's one of the people behind St David's Hospice, came to see me in February and said that we'd like to do a live music festival. We've got the amazing Ruby Kelly on right now. She's 15 years old. And she's basically what we're trying to do at Newport City Radio for music in Newport, bring through loads of new artists, even young artists like Ruby.
Yeah.
Street's vacancy levels at an all-time high, with traders' calls of extremely low footfall. This once great shopping street seems worlds away from Friars Walk and Kingsway. Carlton James looks at the city's retail area and asks, is it a city of two halves?
When we ask shoppers about the shopping experience on Commercial Street, people now saying that the area resembles a ghost town. But a stone's throw away from this rapidly declining shopping street lay a £120 million shopping centre, hailed by many as the city's saviour. An area that sees developers and investors enjoying subsidies and debt write-offs of public funds. We now go and take a look at two polar opposite shopping districts and find out, is it a centre of two halves? Whilst Friars Walk and the riverfront area offer a polished and modern-day corporate experience with trendy coffee shops and eateries, neighbouring Commercial Street with beautiful architecture couldn't be more of a different experience. With high street retailers struggling to compete with online retailers year after year, Newport's shopping area has seen a larger exodus of traders than any other city in the UK. In recent years, the retail sector across the UK has seen its biggest decline on record, a rise of online shopping and a change of consumer trends. But Newport has experienced the decline more than most cities. When a survey was compiled earlier this year, Newport's empty shop rate was one of the highest in Wales and second highest in the UK, with the latest company to leave the centre being one of the oldest established stores. Wildings opened in the centre in 1874 and served its residents for over 150 years, giving employment to hundreds of residents in this period. And not limited to one of Newport's oldest stores, many of Commercial Street's anchor stores and companies are linked to profit warnings and potential closure, with a bumpy road ahead for stores in 2018 and beyond.
Well, obviously there are lots of issues. We all know that online retail has had a big impact on town and city centres. There are issues about out-of-town shopping and perhaps levelling up the playing field a bit to be fairer to the town and city centres. So I think there are lots of issues that need to be addressed, but lots of good things are going on in Newport. Yes, there are a lot of empty shops, but there's a lot of work going on to find other uses.
Newport has got so much potential, and I think we need to look back and say, well, what can we do to encourage people to come into the city centre? We need far more residential, we need more people living, we need far more high quality office, and we need quality hotels. We also need some attractions. We've got a fantastic medieval ship. So we need to be looking at innovative ideas to try and bring people into the city centre. Friars Walk has been a success, and I can assure you, had Friars Walk not been built, a lot of these retailers would have left even a long time ago.
Over the last decade, the shift in consumer shopping to online shopping has left cities struggling to keep their high street retailers. Brand after brand has either chopped its amount of stores or closed completely. And Newport's experienced this decline firsthand, with electronic stores and clothes shops being replaced with coffee shops and eateries. But many people argue it's our own business rates stifling investment and Newport needs Welsh Government intervention.
Well, you could tax the online retailers to a greater extent than is happening at the moment, and I know UK government is considering that. You could look at the business rates that businesses in the town and city centres face. The fact that there's free parking in the out-of-town retail, but generally not in the car parks in the city centre.
Many people attribute the decline in Commercial Street to the absence of police presence and a host of antisocial behaviour. Throughout the area, this is thought to be a major factor in the decline of Commercial Street and is a polar opposite experience to shopping in Friars Walk.
Well, I walk uptown for different reasons quite often throughout the day, and I never see any kind of security or police anywhere. Then sometimes on the way back I detour through Friars Walk and there's security everywhere.
With retail shopping in the city centre declining, councils no longer see the area as a viable investment. Many experts have said that Newport City Council took a massive gamble in building Friars Walk. When Friars Walk was built, it was hailed as the city's saviour. The council's website proudly announced the city as being one on the rise and that the investment would have significant impact on Commercial Street and surrounding areas. But after the centre being open for nearly 3 years, it's failed to bring any significant impact to Commercial Street, which has continued to see closure after closure of stores and footfall in the area decline. Whilst online shopping offers the most convenient way to buy goods, many argue the city's parking is a massive barrier to attracting shoppers, with Friars Walk's free 1 hour time slot only being enough time to browse the shops in Friars Walk alone. With neighbouring Cwmbran offering 4 hours parking, which is more than enough time, is the council's parking policy hindering revitalisation of Commercial Street?
We need to be looking at radical solutions. We need to be reintroducing 2 hours free parking, for instance, to try and encourage people. We're competing with Cwmbran. People seem to think we're competing with Cardiff, but we're not. We're competing with Cwmbran, out-of-town shopping centres. Habits have changed, but you still see them have got far higher occupancy levels.
I've known Newport for 40 odd years. I now live in Cwmbran, and what a difference. In Cwmbran, first of all, it's free parking. In Christmas time, a bit busy. Free parking, plenty of it, and people are coming from Cwmbran, from Pontypool, and from the valleys to Cwmbran. No fees, and they can park any time they like. So I feel so sad because Newport, the main streets, is not what I knew 40 years ago.
In a world where shopping convenience rules, placing barriers to convenience is counterproductive towards the revitalisation of our own city centre. And until Commercial Street sees some investment, it's a centre of two halves.
The annual carnival in Pilgwenley sees thousands flock to Wales's largest carnival event. Carlton James was there to check out the action.
We're here at Pil Carnival 2018, a carnival which celebrates all the best things about Newport in a diverse part of Newport, Pil itself. Join us as we find out more.
So I'm here with Anne Barton, one of the organisers of the Pearl Carnival. Anne, how's it been organising it this year?
It's very difficult. It's hard work. I don't think people appreciate what goes into Carnival. They haven't got a clue. But on the day when everything's coming through and the people are clapping and waving, it's worth everything.
And turn out they did. Commercial Street, Alexandra Road and the Millennium Centre saw thousands turn out to cheer on the efforts.
Well, I've been chair of Carnival for the last 5 years. Been involved in Carnival for about 15, nearly 20 years. First of all, doing the music side of things, but now organising the Carnival with a tight group of about 5 people. People forget that the Carnival is about over 70 years old. Always room for volunteers. If you want to dance, perform, sing, walk in a procession, make a float, sell food, have a stall, five-a-side football, everything goes on.
A winning float was picked out by the judges. The carnival loops around Pearl via Commercial Road, Cardiff Road and Mendlegeef Road.
So it's tradition sort of around here, but this year, because we lost our Billy, which was the builder of the carnivals for years, so it's in memory of him today.
Now the Pearl Carnival's over for another successful year, we now go and join the after party to see what it's all about. Talk to me, how does it work?
Back in Bronco. Well, basically you get on it and try and stay on it as long as you can. And our aim is to throw you off as quickly as possible.
Brilliant, I come every year. I mean, it's for the community, isn't it? Pearl community, and I love coming down here with all the kids and all, like, you know, ideal.
It's one of the best days on a bank holiday, one of the great days that you can have fun and friends, family and everything.
Groundhoppers are a group of passionate football fans on a mission to see as many non-league games as possible. This month they were in Newport watching 2 local clubs. Aaron Thomas went along to find out more.
I am here at the Whitehead Sports and Social Club, home of the Villadino football team. Today, Villadino will be taking on their tough rivals, Newport Civil Service. A normally intense game will be intensified as a group of football fans called the Groundhoppers come and watch. Now, let's go and take a look.
The Groundhoppers visit non-league clubs across the UK, going to 3 different matches in the area. We catch them at Villadino FC versus Civil Service.
We go around as many different football grounds as we can, is the basic be-all and end-all. People collect football grounds in the way that other people collect stamps or, collect coins. These people collect ticks in the book for their football grounds.
It's not just the additional support. The club receives a welcome financial boost in revenue via merchandise sales.
Hiya, we're selling merch today. We're selling pins. We're selling replica tops from 1993 to the recent ones now. We've got a raffle going on behind us, some programmes, and quite good deals going on here. It's quite busy.
What does today mean for you?
That means everything to us, providing we win. That's the first point of call. Secondly, the Groundhoppers who are coming today are bringing welcome revenue to the club.
On the day, the home side Villadino FC were defeated by the visitors, but coach Paul Berry tells us how it provides a welcome boost to non-league football.
So for the Groundhop to come to this game, what does this mean for you as a club?
It was good. We wish we could have had it at our place, really, but that's by the by. But yeah, it's just nice for everybody to be here.
The busy schedule of a Groundhopper sees them clock up a massive amount of mileage, travelling up and down the country supporting non-league football.
How far do you think you've travelled in the Groundhop so far?
In mileage-wise,
if you can have a guess, have an estimation?
I hate to think about the mileage. We know it's approximately 20 or 30,000 per annum, multiplied by 35, whatever that comes to.
Now we look at the city's only radio station. Celebrating 10 years of broadcasting, Newport City Radio relies on a team of passionate volunteers to keep things going. Aaron Thomas finds out more.
We're outside Newport City Radio. Newport City Radio have been running for 10 years. Newport City Radio thrive off the help of volunteers throughout the city.
Yeah, welcome to Newport City Radio, come on up. So we've got roughly an average between 50 and 60 volunteers at any point. So there we go. Whew.
Celebrating 10 years of broadcasting live radio, Newport City Radio rely on a team of up to 50 volunteers from all walks of life.
Lewis is one of our newest volunteers here and just getting stuck into absolutely everything. He's doing a bit of radio, a bit of our event stuff, been over doing the county radio show that we do every home match.
Newport City Radio broadcast a host of different shows via numerous internet options such as smartphones, tablets or even your Amazon Alexa.
Radio shows, we've got rock shows, we've got country shows, we've got soul shows, we've got reggae shows, we've got a show that comes from Canada because one of our volunteers emigrated as well.
As well as broadcasting live streams online, they also host and collaborate with local city events, festivals and interactive football shows.
In the park, we've got Portstock coming up this weekend, which we're really excited for. It's probably going to be one of the biggest events that we've been involved with for the last 7 to 8 years. Always doing Maindy Festival, so Maindy Festival is a big one for us.
The heart of the station, the DJ booth, is located in a separate area. The passionate owner shows us where the magic happens.
2 co-presenters or guests that we can have in, and then we've got the main presenter over here then. So this is a really brilliant old school radio desk. It's had better days, but it still does its job really, really well for us. And it looks really intimidating, but pretty much when we train new people up, they use this little bit, a little bit of over there, and that's it.
Newport City Radio need volunteers. If you would like to get involved, contact them to join up.
When you come to Newport City Radio, we give you all the training that you need, and really this is where you come and mess it up. So if you've never done radio before, if you've never written a blog before, if you've never done social media before, then come and join us. Everyone's welcome. So the best way to do it is send me an email, which is contact@newportcityradio.org.